The U.S. Army just received the most potent laser weapon ever created from Lockheed Martin, a ground vehicle-mounted device that can burn through tanks and blast mortars out of the sky. Lockheed's engineers are now back in the lab creating a laser blaster for a fighter jet to shoot out incoming missiles. Reality is catching up to science fiction writers and filmmakers who envisaged planets with lethal beams flying back and forth decades ago. Defense contractor Raytheon made history this spring when they were the first to obliterate a target with a laser fired from a helicopter. At the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, the Apache AH-64 fired shots at a truck while it was moving and at various heights from a distance of more than a mile away. A drone-killing, laser-firing dune buggy is also being constructed by Raytheon. Boeing owns a laser gun for destroying drones. According to military analyst Peter Singer, because this technology has been promised for so long but has never materialized, many have come to believe that it will never happen. Well, it's happening right now. We are now witnessing significant advancements that are beginning to make the concept practical after so many failed attempts. The invention of solid-state lasers, which are powered by electricity, has been a crucial enabler. The chemical laser, which required a lot of chemicals to create the reaction that created its potent beam, was the previous frontrunner technology. Because it was too expensive and cumbersome, the U.S. Missile Defense Agency canceled its airborne laser test bed, an ICBM shooting chemical laser mounted on a Boeing 747, in 2012. Solid-state lasers have improved in strength and effectiveness over the last 10 years to the point that they are now a competitive alternative with distinct advantages. Raytheon CEO Tom Kennedy claims, "We're now able to generate a focused, strong beam and are able to hold it on the target for long enough to disable it. It stands in for an endless magazine, so long as you have access to electricity." Lockheed must now launch the Pew into the air. The new task is a part of the Self-Protect High-Energy Laser Demonstrator program of the Air Force Research Lab, better known as SHIELD in the ever-evolving world of military jargon. By 2021, the defense contractor hopes to develop a system that can be tested on a fighter jet. To meet the demands of this new $26 million contract, Lockheed will modify the system it created for the Army with the intention of providing self-protection from ground and air-to-air missiles. There will be 3 subsystems that make up the software, each having a long acronym that describes what they do. The beam control system is a component of the SHIELD turret research and aero effects. The fighter jet's laser will be powered and cooled by the laser pod research and development. The laser itself, also referred to as the Laser Advancements for Next-Generation Compact Environments, LANC for short, is another component. The primary technology will be a fiber laser, which boosts beam power using fiber optics, and numerous individual lasers will be combined to form a scalable system. Together, they would try to heat up the fuel tank of an approaching missile, causing it to explode, or they would aim at control surfaces like fins, simply crippling the missile. Despite recent developments, it is still difficult to make a laser weapon operate on the fastest military vehicle. Rob Afzal, senior fellow at Lockheed for Laser Weapon Systems, explains that we're putting a weapon moving at the speed of light onto an aircraft capable of traveling at the speed of sound, while targeting enemies presumably also traveling at supersonic speeds. And it must function while in motion, regardless of the turbulence or the weather. Roughness is essential. The next issue is how to make the laser smaller, lighter, and less power-hungry so that it can operate on a tiny jet. For the Missile Defense Agency, Lockheed created the aforementioned airborne laser test bed, but that system occupied the majority of the 747's fuselage. Utilizing a solid-state system ought to help. Afzal claims, "We have lowered the laser to be part of a pod. Not only have we decreased size, weight, and power enough to transition from a huge plane to a tactical fighter jet. This is a degree of technological maturity that, 5 years ago, we may have predicted would take a while to acquire." If Lockheed is successful, the Air Force will receive a weapon that could alter how it deploys its jets in addition to being lighter and, presumably, less expensive than comparable missile and machine gun systems. You can go and do things that currently call for the kind of incredibly expensive stealth technology used by the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning if you're carrying a missile-killing laser. According to military expert Singer, the capability of a chopper, bomber, or fighter plane to shoot down, adequately damage, or confuse an incoming missile might allow them to operate in areas they haven't been able to operate in recently. This will give non-stealthy aircraft that previously had no way of defending themselves a chance at survival in upcoming combat situations. Singer contends that stealth aircraft can act as force multipliers, even if it doesn't completely eliminate the need for them because those systems are mostly invisible and provide the element of surprise. Even better, they can offer protection from quantum radar systems, which can detect even the most stealthy aircraft and are allegedly being developed by the Chinese. When you have a laser that allows you to glide into enemy territory, carry out your mission while zapping missiles out of the sky, and then cruise home, being invisible isn't as important.